Welcome to Newsmakers. My name is Sean Smith. I'm the Assistant Director of Community Relations for Chesterfield County Public Schools. Join us today, the Superintendent, Dr. Marcus Newsome. Welcome to you, Dr. Newsome.
Thank you.
We want to kind of set the stage for a discussion really about technology, talking about a plan in Chesterfield County to ultimately put in the hands of the students, middle and high school students, a device, a Chromebook. But obviously, as we talk about that, take a step back and kind of lay the land, if you will. It's really been a process for about 2 years, some curriculum changes and blended learning in particular.
Yeah, well, first let me say that this generation of students was born into technology, and they don't know any other world. They're born in a rapid-paced global society, and so schools have to keep up with our students, and technology is a big part of that. But there's a bigger picture even than the technology, and that's our initiative on blended learning as part of our innovation plan that we call our Design for Excellence 2020, where we blend this technology with the great teachers that we have in the school system so that we can balance the education for our students such that they are college and career ready. Now, in order to have this blended method of instruction, we have to have devices, and now the devices have become much more affordable for schools, and our device that we plan to use is the Chromebook that will allow our students to have anytime, anywhere access and to learning. And we just could not be more pleased about where we are at this point.
And obviously it's been a plan that's been in place, as you said, shifting the curriculum towards blended learning and then trying to ultimately find a device that fits with that. And I think from the school division perspective, you're looking at almost 32,000 Chromebooks, and obviously that's a significant investment. But talk about a little bit about the investment, if you will, and some of the things that have been in place as far as the funding.
Yeah, well, as you said, we have been planning this for several years. Actually, the Board of Supervisors and the school board appropriated funding more than a year ago for our technology plan. And so there are no new dollars that we're looking at in our capital plan to fund this. Our team has been really smart about the way that we have pursued this initiative, and we have not found another school division or district in the country that is able to provide a laptop at a lower cost than what we're going to provide for our students, which is about $150, $158 per year per unit for a student. With that comes a padded case, technical support to make sure that our students and our staff are on top of the operations of the system. And over a 2-year period, we'll start with about $2 million for the first phase, and then when we get all of our middle and high school students in, it'll be about $4.5 million a year.
And as you think about the initiative, obviously it's very well thought out, and probably two of the questions that have been reoccurring really have been, the first one, we'll break them up. The first one's been really about, will there be any sort of fee that's associated with the student?
Yeah, well, we know that when people have ownership of anything, then they take more pride in it. And so there is a $50 fee associated with it, but actually we think that the fee that the parents will be paying for the child to have the device will reduce their cost for school supplies. For example, we won't need the calculators and some of the other things that they use. So school supplies we anticipate will actually be less with this device, and so we think that will be offset with the $50.
And obviously one of the larger issues too is really having access to the internet, and we know certainly in the schools there is the access there, but what thoughts and processes are in place as far as when students go home?
Yeah, well, before I answer that, one other thing I wanted to say about fees. We will have some families that will have difficult times and financial stress, and our school division always makes accommodations to assist families in need. Now, getting to the device and the connectivity, our survey shows that about 92% of all of our students have connectivity at home, and so how do we make sure that the other 8% are getting supported? First of all, our teachers are going to design their lessons so the students will have flexibility, and we have hotspots throughout the county that students can go to our public libraries and other areas. And there are some things that students can do offline with these devices, and so we've looked at every angle to make sure that this is going to be a successful implementation.
Well, we thank you so much for being here. Obviously, it's a well thought out program. We look forward to hearing more about it. We know that as long as it took to come into place, it'll be rolled out to work out some of the kinks along the way as well.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, and thanks to our viewers. Please join us next time. Learn about Chesterfield County Public Schools.